joining on Times now is External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. Thank you very much, Dr. Jaishankar, for speaking to the viewers of Times now. And the question many are asking today at the manifesto release, simply this, that it seems like more of a long-term vision than a short-term vote-gathering document. Do you think this is a deliberate decision taken by the BJP led by Prime Minister Modi, and any nervousness that elections should also have, as they say, the blockbuster ingredients to get you the blockbuster number of 400 par?
Navika ji, first of all, great pleasure to be speaking to you, and I wish you and everybody else through you a very happy new year. Regarding the manifesto, look, what the manifesto has done, it has three facets. One, it has a record of a decade of performance. Number two, it has an immediate set of objectives and goals, you can say, which would be a Modi 3.0 agenda. But at the same time, based on 10 years of foundation and the term that we hope to get after this election, we are also laying a pathway for the next 25 years. That is why, I mean, to me, it's a different manifesto, because it talks of today, it talks of next 5 years, it talks of the next 25 years. And I think that's really the way actually politics and governance should go. That, you know, if you think very short term, then, you know, this country will never be able to think big. I think this is a very ambitious manifesto. This is a leader and a party which genuinely believes that this country is capable of much bigger things, and we must plan accordingly. That's exactly what we have put before the people.
But Dr. Jaishankar, how would you respond to the Congress party, which has raised issues saying that these are really jumlas that have been put forth? You had spoken about bringing back black money. What you brought back was actually electoral bonds. You spoke of smart cities, but actually China is building smart cities inside India's borders. How would you respond to this quote-unquote statement of the Congress party?
See, it's like this now. If you are sitting in your ivory tower, especially if the ivory tower is in Lutyens, Delhi, you know, for you, getting free ration looks like a jumla. For you, getting a house from Awas Yojana looks like a jumla. For you, you know, getting health access for up to 5 lakhs looks like a jumla. Now, for the vast majority of people, these are really daily pressing necessities of life. You know, 140 million people have got piped water connection in the last 10 years. 200 million people are today living in houses which they have got in the last 10 years. 800 million people are getting free rations. So does this not matter? Probably it doesn't matter to people who live in their ivory tower. But I can tell you, when you get out there and you look at people, look at the challenges they face, I would look, one of the proudest things we have done, we've got 250 million people out of poverty in this last decade. You know, that's an enormous achievement. Now, you spoke about China. You know, you're speaking about building stuff. Where is it being built? Let me give you an example. They built a village, a model village. They built it in Longju. And Longju was captured by China in 1959. If you don't believe me, go and check the parliament record. Pandit Nehru had to defend the fall of Longju in front of the parliament. You want to know where they built a bridge, a smart bridge? They built it on the Pangong Tso. When did they take Pangong Tso? Between 1958 and 1962. If there are things which are being built on the border, it's being built on land which we lost in 1962, and you know exactly who is responsible for it. Now, let's say, what are we building? We are building infrastructure, and massively, on the border. Why are we doing it? Because till Modi came to power in 2014, nobody took border infrastructure on the China border seriously in this country. You know, the budget was 3,500 crores. Today the budget is 4 times, 5 times that. You know that famous statement of A.K. Antony, leave the border undeveloped, the Chinese won't come. So, look, we are today dealing with politics where people take a great position on China inside the country. The same people go to Cambridge and speak about the virtues of China and what a great miracle China has been. So I think, it's time people woke up to this doublespeak. The record of the Congress party with China goes back to Nehru dismissing Sardar Patel's warnings in 1950. It is colored by some combination of ideology and self-interest, God only knows what. But I can tell you, if there is one party which has no credibility to speak on China, that's the Congress party.
Dr. Jaishankar, on the issue of our borders, on the issue of POK, something that has been stated very vociferously by your government, there's no mention of a roadmap in the manifesto. Are these issues only rhetorical? They come up only during speeches? Or is there a commitment by your government to reclaim some of the land ceded to our Western neighbor?
Navika, I think you of all people should know that on POK, there is a national commitment by the Parliament of India. We are all bound by that commitment. We certainly in BJP take such commitments seriously. Now, obviously, I'm not going to put out a roadmap. I mean, you can't be serious with that question. But the fact is, if you look at who is, the BJP has brought POK back into national awareness, consciousness and debate. You would not have even asked this question 10 years ago. Think about it.
And what about NRC, issues of UCC, which have always been there? No further roadmaps on those?
No, look, please understand. I'll give you an example. 5 years ago, you could have asked me, oh, you are saying 370 over and over again. Why are we saying it again? Because we are dead serious about it. And we did it. Now, we are not a party which for every election invents a new subject for the manifesto and by the way, as soon as the election is over, forgets about it, for the next election comes up with new issues. That's the other party you're talking about. If we are talking repeatedly about UCC, there is a message in it. Now, how UCC is a complex issue. It's a political issue. Nobody is going to lay out a manifesto. Look, this is a manifesto. This is not a parliament, a program of action that we are putting out to people. That is the way once parliament, the new parliament convenes and, and the new government is formed, then obviously, people will look at issues and decide how to take which one forward. So today, Prime Minister himself mentioned UCC.
Well, then, before I let you go, my question to you is, have you fulfilled your promises at the basic level to the people of India, whether it is employment, whether it is improving the quality of their lives, whether it is farmers' lives, or is it to be, as the Congress calls it, the maafinama, because these promises haven't been fulfilled?
Well, look, I congratulate you on remembering all that the Congress party has said. But I can only tell you the ground reality is very, very different. Anybody who goes around, travels in this country, can actually visibly see the change. This is today a country where 800 million people get free ration, where 500 people get money in their bank accounts without people stealing it on the way, where today, a very large number of people get their medical access for free, where I think more than about 140 million people today have got pipe water, where 200 million people have got houses in the last 10 years, where we are actually building 28 kilometers of highway every day and 14 kilometers of railway track every day, where 7 to 8 new airports are coming up every year, where 2 new colleges are coming up every year. So, look, I travel around, I mix with the young people. I mean, we today recognize that there are so many ways of today responding to the challenge of national development. Mudra is one, which is why we doubled the amount. Swanidhi, how to give to the informal sector. Now we are actually looking at widening it. How to reduce health costs. Jan Aushadhi Kendra is one of them. So look, show me the domain. I will show you the progress. And I think when people of India go to vote, I think every one of them, if they ask themselves, how did I benefit in the last 5 years? Believe me, we will be in a very, very good position.
Okay, so on the 4th of June, if you were to be the editor of Times Now, what would your headline be?
On 4th of June, Navika, I hope I would have the pleasure of telling you, Navika, I told you so.
Well, on that note, well, optimism will get you everywhere, but clearly people of this country hold the results in their hand and they will express their franchise on the 4th of June. But thank you very much, Dr. Jaishankar, for speaking with me. And just before I let you go, situation in the Middle East, Iran, Israel, anything that you'd want to convey to the people of India on how to look at that and prepare for it?
Well, look, it's obviously a very worrying development. We are very concerned because, what happened yesterday night was an escalatory step. And we have urged, we would like things to calm down and people to be restrained about it, because we have very big stakes out there. So we have been in touch with both the governments through diplomatic channels. I suspect in the coming days we'll have some more conversations. But right now, honestly, my best answer to you is it's a matter of very great concern.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Jaishankar, for putting this in perspective.
Thank you. Pleasure as always.
Thank you very much.
Okay.